Hello again. So in the last video we saw that the administrator had configured the various statuses using the status configuration button. In this video we'll see how the regular users can add tasks, modify tasks, and how using these filters it becomes very easy on the Kanban board to actually pinpoint things like bottlenecks, etc. Just to recap here, we were looking at a fictitious e-commerce organization which fulfills various orders. So we have four statuses that we've defined in the previous video, which is order received, dispatched from warehouse, delivered to customer, and unable to fulfill order. So now that we've defined these statuses and added the various percentages, let's start adding new tasks. So to add a new task, we'll just click on the new task button here, and anybody can add a new task. It's not just as administrators. So here let's give the task name. Let's say John, and he's ordered say a book. So the next step is to add predecessors if there are any. So this is important if you have a task that absolutely must precede another task or must follow another task. But here we're just going to keep this as it is. And next is you define the priority. So in the Kanban board, priorities are color coded. So any priority that you give as high will be labeled with a red line. Any priority that you label normal will be marked in green, and low priority task will be marked in orange. So let's make this, let's say it's a high priority. So task status, I've just received the order, so I'm going to put this at 0. I'm going to assign it to say myself, and in description probably is going to copy paste this here. Mind you, this is not mandatory, I'm just filling it in. And the dates, so let's say I'm going to fill in, let's say the start date is 8th and the end date is say 10th. And when we save this, the page loads automatically, and we see a board here with the in the order received lane, which is marked in red because this is a high priority item. And you see the task name, you see the name of the person it's assigned to, you see the priority, and you see the percentage completion along with the start date and the end date. Now if I have to modify a particular task, all I have to do is click this icon here. You get a pop-up with all the task details, and then I can modify anything I need. Today's actually the 7th, so I'm just going to put this 7th. And then if you want to add any attachments, you can add them as well. You can just choose the file and add it here, and you can just hit update, so it gets updated. As you can see now, the date has changed to 7th of March from the 8th of March. What I've done here is I've added about 8 tasks. They have different names and they've ordered different things. Jack here has ordered 2 shirts, John's ordered a book, etc. Now if I want to move the task from one status to another, so I received the order and now I've dispatched it from the warehouse. So all I have to do is just drag and drop it here, and if you'll notice, the percentage is automatically changed. So let's take Adam's order here of 2 jeans. The percentage here is 0, and when I drag it here, it becomes 50%. Likewise, when it's delivered to the customer, all I have to do is drag it here and it becomes 100%. So likewise, when I drag it here, it remains 0 because we are not able to fulfill this order. Right, so I've just randomly kind of assigned it to various statuses, and as you can see here, it's been dispatched from a warehouse, but a lot of these haven't reached the customers yet. So this is a bottleneck that you can look at, maybe talk to your logistics firm for example. So once you visually see the statuses of various tasks, you realize that there's a bottleneck and there's something wrong here. So that's another thing that the Kanban board can really assist you with. So again, if you can modify the task at any point of time, say I want to modify this task, I can do that. And if I want to delete it, I can do that as well. So click on OK and the task is gone. So it's really that simple. You also have various filters for further assistance. So by default is a category filter. So it is filtered by category. Now if you want to filter by start date, as you can see here, this will filter by the start date. Likewise by the due date, all the due dates, the various tasks. And you can also take a look at the priorities again. The orange is a low priority, normal priority and a high priority. And if you can also filter by the users. So as you see, I seem to have the most number of tasks pending to be done. Likewise, you can also have filters over here. So you can filter by specific users. So when you do these are the tasks that are assigned only to her. So you can also filter by dates here. So essentially, if I only want to filter tasks whose due date falls between say the 11th and the 15th of March. So I have these 4 tasks. If you see, this is on the 15th of March, the 13th of March, 14th of March, and the 12th of March. So of the 7 tasks that I have left after deleted 1 task, we have 4 tasks that have to be delivered between the 11th and the 15th. If you want further reference material to read, then there's the user guide, which is always available here. Just clicking on this will open up the user guide. And you can go through this as well. So this is the Kanban board, really simple to configure and intuitive to use. For any further queries, please contact us at support@saketa.com or visit us at www.saketa.com. Thank you for joining me for these Kanban board videos. I'll see you again soon.